Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य ष्टोत्तरः श्रीष्टवान् के भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter number 17, text number 15. दृष्ट्वा अन्यां च महोत्पातं दृष्ट्वान्यांश्च महोत्पातान् दृष्ट्वान्यांश्च महोत्पातम् अतत तत्त्वा विदः प्रजाः अतत तद्विदः प्रजाः अतत तत्त्वविदः प्रजाः ब्रह्मा पुत्रा नृते भीता ब्रह्मपुत्रा नृते भीता ब्रह्मपुत्रा नृते भीता मनिरे विश्वा संप्लवं मनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन् मनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन् दृष्ट्वान्यांश्च महोत्पाता ब्रह्मपुत्रा नृते भीता मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन् दृष्टान्यांश्च महोत्पाता अततत्त्वविदः प्रजाः ब्रह्मपुत्रा नृते भीता मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन् दृष्ट्वान्यांश्च महोत्पातन् अततत्त्वविदः प्रजाः ब्रह्मपुत्रा नृते भीता मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवम् दृष्ट्वान्यांश महोत्पातान् अतत्तत्त्वाविदः प्रजाः ब्रह्मपुत्रान् रथेभीता मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन् दृष्ट्वान्यांश महोत्पातान् अतत्तत्त्वाविदः प्रजाः ब्रह्मपुत्रान् रथेभीता मेनिरे विश्वसंप्लवन्. Word meaning. Drashtva, having seen. Anya, others. Cha, and. Maha, great. Utpata, evil omens. Atatatthavidaha, not knowing the secret of the portents. Prajaha, people. Brahmaputra, the sons of Brahma, the four Kumaras. Rate, except. Bhitaha, being fearful. Menire, thought. Vishwa Samplavan, the dissolution of the universe. Translation in purport by Srimad Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: marking these and many other omens of the evil time, everyone but the four sage sons of Brahma, who were aware of the fall of Jaya and Vijaya, and of their birth as Dithi's sons, were seized with the fear. They did not know the secret of these portents, and thought that the dissolution of the universe was at hand. Translation with repetition. Marking these and many other omens of evil times, everyone but the four sage sons of Brahma, who were aware of the fall of Jaya and Vijaya, and of their birth as Dithi's sons, was seized with a fear. They did not know the secrets of these portents, and thought that the dissolution of the universe was at hand. Purport. According to Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, the laws of nature are so stringent that it is impossible for the living entity to surpass their enforcement. It is also explained that only those who are fully surrendered to Krishna in Krishna consciousness can be saved. We can learn from the description of the Srimad Bhagavatam that it is because of the birth of two great demons that there were so many natural disturbances. It is to be indirectly understood as previously described, that when there are constant disturbances on the earth, that is an omen that some demonic people have been born, or that the demonic population has increased. In the former days, there were only two demons, those born of Dithi, yet there were so many disturbances. At the present day, especially in this age of at the present date, especially in this age of Kali, These disturbances are always visible, which indicates that the demonic population has certainly increased. To check the increase of demonic population, the Vedic civilization enacted so many rules and regulations of social life, the most important of which is the Garbhadhana process. For begetting good children, in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna informed Krishna that if there is unwanted population, Varna Shankara, the entire world will appear to be hell. People are very anxious for peace in the world, but there are so many unwanted children born without benefit of the Garbhadana ceremony. Just like the demons born from Diti, Diti was so lusty that she forced her husband to copulate at a time which was inauspicious, and therefore the demons were born to create disturbances. In having sex life to beget children, one should observe the process for begetting nice children. If each and every householder every family observes the Vedic system, then there are nice children, not demons, and automatically there is peace in the world. If we do not follow regulations in life for social tranquility, we cannot expect peace. Rather, we will have to undergo the stringent reactions of natural laws. This is the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnuvadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vashati Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Ghaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Chapter The Victory of Hiranyaksha. Maitreya Muni got the curse and they degraded into the lower planet. And because they are born as demons, because of their birth there is a lot of disturbance in the nature. That what we observed, that what Maitreya Muni is telling to Vidura. There is a disorder in the nature. So calamities is happening. The inauspicious planets are glowing. No, auspicious planets are dull, and many unnatural things was happening. And these are the discussions was happening till now. The today's verse, the Maitreya Muni is telling here, marking these many other omens of evil times. Everyone, all the devatas are very much fearful. They are thinking that dissolution going to take place. but only the four Kumaras, the Brahmaputra, the sage sons of Brahma, they aware of Jaya and Vijaya. They enter the womb of the Ditis, or they are going to take birth of the Diti's sons. And this is the reason because of all these inauspicious things is happening. So Prabhupada telling in the purport, according to the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, the laws of nature are very stringent, that it is impossible for the living entity to surpass their enforcement. Devi Esha Gunamai Manamaya Duratya. So the nature's law is very stringent. So no one able to surpass the law of nature. If anyone want to surpass the law of nature, only through the shelter of the Supreme Lord, who is the controller of nature. Maya Dikshena Prakriti Suyate Chara. Under the direction of Supreme Lord, this nature works. If anyone to surpass the law of the nature, one should take the shelter of Supreme Lord. This is only the way. So Prabhupada further explains, there was only 2 demons. They created, because of them there is a lot of disturbance. They born as demons because Diti approached Kashyapa Muni for the copulation, very inauspicious time. She was very lusty, desire for the sex with her husband, very inauspicious time. Kashyapa Muni is reminding Diti, this is not the auspicious time, this is not good. And still she forced him. So because inauspicious time, the impregnation is happened, that's the reason. Those children born are very demonic. And Prabhupada is telling here, referring to the Bhagavad Gita, to check the increase of demonic population. If we want to stop demonic population, the Vedic civilization enacted so many rules and regulations of the social life. The most important of which is Garbhadana. So from here we can understand the examples at how in auspicious times the impregnation is happen, though children become uncultured. So that is the reason in ancient culture there is a system, the sanskara. Sanskara is to begin from the when husband and wife is desired to have a child. The unite of husband and wife to beget a child, from where the sanskara starts. And that sanskara is called Garbhadana sanskara, you see. Garbhadana in ancient culture, if the couple decided to have a child, then they ask for a particular auspicious time from some sage or brahmana, some astrologer. So astrologer will tell this is the auspicious time for unite. Because of that particular, all the auspicious location of the stars and planet, which create is auspicious and inauspicious in this material world. So the child born will be very cultured. In present time, we not have a so educated or expert brahmanas or sages or astrologers to predict that okay, this is a very auspicious time. Still our acharyas recommended some of the regulations and rules and some practices. By observing those practices and rules and regulations, one can bring the auspiciousness. One can bring the auspiciousness. Even though location of the stars and planets decide the auspicious inauspiciousness, but the controller of all the stars and planets is the Supreme Lord. When there is no proper practice of religion, auspiciousness automatically starts. So in ancient time, in other yuga, the religious practices are very nicely performed. Because of religious practices nicely performed, so only the purpose, so the Lord say, everything should be performed for His pleasure. Yajnartham, the pleasure of the Lord. The religious practice means all these religious practices are designed in such a way that those practices makes the Lord happy. When Lord is happy, all the good things happen in this material world. So that's the reason yajna performance is very important. If we don't properly follow the yajnas, and whatever the needs of this material world also not be supplied properly. There's one good example is there in Ramayana it comes. It mentioned in Mahabharata also. The Anga Desha, the king of the Anga Desha was Romapada. In the Romapada's kingdom, for a long time there was no rain. Rain was not coming for 12 years. Then the Romapada started inquiring what the reason. There must be some reason behind why the rain is not coming properly. So then Romapada king came to know that long ago, he performed a yajna. To perform a yajna, he called many brahmanas to do the yajna. And he also promised, okay, the brahmanas, you invited all the brahmanas, he promised, okay, I'll give dakshina to all the brahmanas, very costly things, I'll give as a dakshina. It's the duty of your king. You say anyone perform a yajna, after the yajna, the brahmana should be pleased properly. So he promised, before the yajna only promised, okay, brahmanas, okay, come and perform this yajna. After the yajna, I'll give a lot of charity. So many things are jewels, gold, cows, so many things to do as a charity. So all the brahmanas came, they performed the yajna. After performing all yajna, everything is completed. Romapada king is not given any charity to the Brahmanas, and the Brahmanas went heavy. Normally thing is that okay, Brahmanas don't demand anything. Okay, give something. They do the charity. Yajan. They'll perform the yajna for the benefit of the society and don't demand for anything. But here Romapada king he himself is promised, I'll give all these things. But after the yajna, Romapada king is not given anything. But still the Brahmanas are not unhappy. Okay, he is not given any charity to us. They simply left and went away from there. Because Romapada king is not kept his promises alive. The previous chapter also he heard, before this chapter, the gatekeepers are cursed, that chapter. The Lord was telling, I receive offering in two ways. One of the way of receiving the offering through the yajna, by performing the yajna. One more way is through the mouth of the Brahmanas. Anything is given to the Brahmana, that more, the giving to the Brahmana is I more happy than the yajnas. Now because here Romapada king is not given any charity to the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are not unhappy, but the Supreme Lord is unhappy because he is not given to the Brahmanas. So there is a reason 12 years there is no rainfall. So we will understand here yajna performance is so important. So that in the Bhagavad Gita also Lord is telling, okay, perform in the yajna annad bhavati bhutani prajnanat anna sambhavaha. So prajanya because of the yajna. So people are living because of the grain, and grains because of rain, and rain because of the perform of yajnas. So any prosperity in this material world, there must be yajnas. That is the reason here say, Prabhupada say, there is a rules and regulation in the society for the prosperity of the society. So you perform the yajna so that automatically auspiciousness comes in the society. So all the stars and planets are located in the proper places so that all good things happen in the material world. So here the Prabhupada mentioned is the Garbhadana Sanskara, one of the Sanskara to follow. So connect to this, Arjuna was lamenting, he don't want to fight because if I fight, the common people, then many people will die, so that their wives will become widows. Because widows are the women are husbandless. Those women will be misused by the other people. So when the religious is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt. And from the degradation of the womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted pregnancy. Adharmabhi bhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulashriyaha strisu dushtasu vashneya jayate varna sinkaraha. The good population in the society is a basic principle of peace and prosperity and spiritual progress in life. The Varnashrama religion principles were so designed that good population would prevail in society for the general spiritual progress of the state and community. Such population depend on the chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. As children are very prone to be misled, women are similarly very prone to degradation. Therefore, both children and women require protection by the elderly members of the family. By being engaged in various religious practices, women will not be misled into the adultery. So, Prabhupada say, proper religious practices protect everyone. So, otherwise, whatever other way of bringing, anyway, everywhere the government is thinking of, okay, we want peace and prosperity in the material world. But all these try or effort to bring a peace in the society, impossible unless there is a practice of religion. And Prabhupada also say there is a free, because of there is no religious practices. There is no varnashrama dharma proper. And the people will mix without any restrictions. Men and women, they will mix without any restriction. And because of the free mixing, there is a polluting the womanlyhood. Because of that, there is a uncultured population will increase. And that's what is happening today. Because there no people, married, unmarried, both the people not following the varnashrama system of regulated sex life. So, varnashrama system say there is only the sex for begetting a cultured child. That's the only purpose is sex be used. And that sex intercourse is I myself. Dharma viruddho kamasmi Bharatarshava. In the sex which is not against the religious principle, not against the religious principle means so personal enjoyment. Someone has the sex for the personal enjoyment. According to the Vedic system, there should not be any personal enjoyment than enjoyment of the Supreme Lord. If at all, if you want to enjoy something, you enjoy in cooperation with the Supreme Lord. That means, see, even enjoyment is restricted to the what the Lord is asked us to enjoy. So that is the reason for any religious person, he also enjoying, but every enjoyment is keep Lord in the front, Lord in the center. No any other enjoyment. So that is the way, keeping all the rules and regulations properly, practicing religion. And once consciousness purifies. And once the consciousness purified, then the demonic nature is automatically comes down. That's what we are practicing. We are chanting Hare Krishna mantra regularly and rules and regulations, attending all the sadhana program. All the demonic nature will comes down. A person will turn towards the sattvic nature. Demonic nature is either the tamogun or rajogun. And one is come out of the demonic nature, one to practice religious practices. The atheist and theist is only the difference is, okay, theist, they are a believer of the God. Atheist or non-believer of the God. A non-believer of the God, there is no any follow of the rules and the regulation of the Shastra. They act their own way, what the like and dislikes. So you see here the character of the demonic people also. And they think that, okay, this material world is my enjoyment. Whatever the way I want to enjoy, and everything is meant for my enjoyment. A person is intelligent, a devotee, he always aware of, so this material world is created for the Lord's enjoyment. I utilized everything in the Lord's enjoyment. In that way, I should enjoy. So that, and ultimately we all are looking for the peace and prosperity. And Lord says, all the peace and prosperity, this is only the way. Bhoktaram yajyatabasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam tarvabhutanya jatva. One who knows it in truth, tattvataha, such person only able to attain the peace. This is a clear formula what is Lord is given. If anyone is violate that, then it is impossible for him to attain the peace and prosperity. So religious practices are very important. So here Prabhupada is mentioning few of the things in a purport. So people are very anxious for the peace in the world, but there are so many unwanted children born without the benefit of Garbhadhana ceremony, just like the demons born from the Diti. Diti was so lusty that she forced her husband to copulate at the time which was inauspicious. Intercourse in auspicious time, or otherwise one should make the time auspicious. So regular chanting, even grihasthas and brahmacharis both, regulated spiritual practices, and good soul entered into the womb in Garbhadhana or sexual intercourse. Or if the child is there, the purification also possible when a child in the womb of the mother, and the parents are following all the religious practices, and the mother who is the pregnant hearing the Krishna Katha. So many examples are there in Vedic literature, and the consciousness is purified. Sanskara not only think that okay, only rituals or practice in the beginning, afterwards there is no. The sanskara, there are so many sanskaras till the end of the life, there is sanskaras, and such a person is eligible to go to the spiritual world. So sanskara is making a living entity, purifies. One day is completely purified. Okay, one side is okay, one sanskara, the children are given a sanskara or good culture, and he will bring the peace and good things to the society, and is useful for the society to bring the auspiciousness. And the same time, so following the sanskar or religious practice, one purifying oneself and eligible to go back to Godhead. And this is a primary. Because if someone is serious to take, okay, the ultimate goal of life is most important in the life, then automatically religious practices will be in line, so that his activities also purifies. So very easy. So Kali Yuga is a process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So Acharya has not given any, like in earlier how the Garbhadhana Sanskara systems were so strict and lengthy process. In Kali Yuga, what the Acharyas say, so the husband and wife want to unite, they to chant 64 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra in the day. So both husband and wife. So example like that in we see the Prahlad Maharaj's birth. So the Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he is totally against the law. But Narada Muni instructed Kayadu, the wife of the Hiranyakashipu, while you are uniting with your husband Hiranyakashipu, you remember the Lord Hari. Initially she was thinking it is not wrong, because uniting the husband and thinking of someone else. So Narada Muni convinced her, the Lord is the husband of everyone. There is nothing wrong remembering the Lord at any time. So Kayadu was remembering the Lord Narayana when Hiranyakashipu was uniting. That what Prahlada Maharaj was born. So great devotee. So these are the signs, great signs to understand how important all these things bring a good consciousness in the generation or in the children. So these practices are very important. The Prabhupada very much stressing on this particular purport about this. So otherwise, uncultured children create a lot of disturbance, not only in the society, to their parents also they will create. No problem, society create problem, let them no. The problem to their own parents also they will not. That's what today you see everywhere. More than the society, the parents are also very much disturbed because they are not given a proper sanskara to the children. Okay, not happened. Okay, once we are not having the knowledge about all this system or the Vedic culture, at least today it is so. It is good. Okay, we were there. We should cultivate in Vedic practices. Minimum chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, follow the 4 regulative principles. Coming to the temple, get up early in the morning. All these practices are important. So when we adopt those things, and then for us easy to preach other people and make everyone is devotee and godly nature. Otherwise, asura and sura. Sura is a godly nature and asura is demonic nature. Okay, Hare Krishna, I'll stop here. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki